Okay, so YouTube, I am doing more research. I am finding different ways to YouTube. Now, I do have something I want to talk about. So, in my transition, I actually come up with a book to read, and it is really giving me a lot of pointers in this journey, and I want to give this to other people that are searching for their identity, or to even dig deeper into their identity that they already see themselves as, or pursuing to be on the outside. Um, it's called Gender Identity, a guide to discovery. It is phenomenal. It is a really good book. I went and bought it at Barnes & Noble, and it cost me $17. It is a workbook. You actually fill out the different things, which you can see I've highlighted, but it has a lot of good resources throughout the book. I mean, it gives you other books to read to furthermore dig into your research. It gives you resources, different places to go, to find out medical resources, doctors, hotlines. I mean, it really is changed my viewpoint on this transition tremendously, and I would recommend this to anybody that is already in transition, in the process to get into transition with hormone therapy. Yes, very much so. And another thing I want to touch on, as far as what I identify as, I'm learning more and more and more every day about different people's view on transition, which I see as an umbrella. Just my personal opinion. I see that I am a transmasculine male in transition. I had a question asked to me recently about, during my transition, who the gender I was, let me get my words out. My sexual preference in what gender, has it changed in my transition from the way I was pre-T? That was a really good question, because there's a lot of guys that come out and it changes, it evolves, or it broadens in transition. Mine hasn't. Mine really hasn't. I've always liked women. I think I always will. Anything could happen, but I see myself with a woman, which I am with a woman as we speak. I am in a relationship for 4 years now, by the grace of God. I did not know there was more to just transgender. I thought transgender was either FTM or MTF, for the ones that don't know, female to male or male to female. When that umbrella is, I mean, when I say umbrella, I mean it branches off of transition into so many more dynamics that I didn't know existed. I recently started a therapy group called Spectrum, and it's all of us guys, non-binary, FTM, MTF, and so many more. But there's about 5 of us guys in there, and I'm actually trying to get the hang of using different pronouns besides he and she. When I went into this group, I didn't know I was gonna feel like I didn't fit in, if that's the right word. I felt cisgender, which is the gender you were born as, because I did not understand. I had a lack of knowledge, or even it made me feel like a cisgender trying to grasp and understand, gay, non-binary, transgender. I felt really lost of trying to figure out why does people want to be called different pronouns, and he, they, them are really hard for me, because it's out of my dynamic. It's something I am not used to. Not that I feel it's wrong, but it's just different. to refer to somebody as a group instead of as one. I'm getting better at it. Sometimes I don't even know how to use it in past tense and present tense, which you guys please comment, give me some pointers on how to communicate with people that are non-binary. It's really hard for me because I don't understand it. And yeah, this group is very small, but I mean, we're digging into how society molds us, different things that we all deal with, and I'm having questions asked to me, even in the group, of just like me not understanding them and they. There's certain guys in there that do not understand a transmasculine male, how we think, how we function, and you know, I love giving information. I love expressing myself and not being bashed, not being shied in the corner. You know, I mean, I do feel like this is really good for me and you other guys. I mean, yeah, please comment, please add to what you think. I mean, if you want to be rude, please swipe. I mean, scroll, keep going. If you have to give negative feedback, don't give any at all. It's just like we were taught in kindergarten at an early age, you know, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. I prefer positive criticism, especially being new to YouTube. I mean, I signed up in 2012, but as far as getting myself out there, having my voice, it is hard for us enough to even go into the restrooms, besides somebody criticizing us and putting us down. But you know, no more negativity. I'm gonna try to make this a really good channel and keep you guys entertained. I'm gonna find different things to do, and it will keep me busy. I mean, I am a recovered alcoholic as well in transition. I mean, I did a 180 last year. I had a DUI. I did the whole nonchalant 2 years of probation, and I knocked it all out. I got my license back. 2 years on hormones. I completed the veterinary assistant program last year, and soon to be fall, like I said in my last video, I'll be in technician school, and hand surgeries. On top of it, I had carpal tunnel. I worked in a hog plant in North Carolina, and it did a lot of damage to my hands, and recovering from all these different things, it's been a roller coaster, but it was all worth it, and I have so much to share. So please don't be afraid to ask me questions and comment. Tell me what you think, what I should do different, but please be positive, guys. We cannot tell you enough how fragile we are in society and how uncomfortable sometimes we can be just with a hug. And I recommend it. My best friend, and give her credit, Ashley Hunt, my role model. She is really getting involved in my transition. I mean, yeah, tears me up because I didn't have a lot of support in the beginning of this, and she's been there. I mean, she's really educated herself in all of this and trying to find ways, you know, to be in my little world, you know, and I appreciate that. But she gave me a really good show to watch on Netflix, Queer Eye, but it's season 3, I think, or season 2, episode 5, but it's about a transgender male that goes through a big change, a wardrobe change, all this, but he digs into surgeries and emotionally what some of us can't say. He nails it on the head. I mean, no joke. I recommend that episode to anybody, and don't quote me if I'm wrong. I think I know it's season 2 episode 5, or it's season 3 episode 5, but I know it's episode 5 of whatever season, but do not quote me. I might even jump on here a little bit later. I have so much to share, and I don't want to bore you in little sessions, so when it comes to mine, I'll throw them out there. I mean, yeah, so I'm gonna leave it right here for now. Please get on here, you guys, give me some feedback, and how do I get followers? See you shortly.